Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is what true dominance looks like.
Grab from behind, count it, goaltend and one.
In the 2018 playoffs, LeBron James was nothing short of legendary, and when you watch this in real time, it made you see just how ridiculous his skill set is. This run added on to his long-lasting legacy as one of the best players to ever play the game, and from round 1 to the finals, he didn't cool down. From the opening round against the Pacers, where he willed his team to victory, to the destruction of the Raptors with his clutch shooting and relentless drives, LeBron was a force of nature, and against the Celtics, he elevated his game even further, dominating on both ends of the court, showing his ability to knock down shots from anywhere, whether it was deep beyond the arc or in traffic at the rim.
Puts up a three, bang! LeBron James from downtown!
He didn't just play the game, he controlled it, orchestrating every possession with precision, making his teammates better, and carrying a heavy burden with minimal support. Once reaching the finals, LeBron had to go toe-to-toe with the Warriors, who had a stacked roster with KD, and although LeBron put on a masterclass, it wasn't enough to knock off this super team in the Bay. When you see that LeBron averaged 34 points, 9 rebounds and 9 assists on 54% shooting from the field and 34% from deep, it shows you just how much of an impact he had, but the eye test is where you really get to see the high level of skills on display. LeBron could literally provide anything that was asked of him when he stepped on the floor, and trust me, when I say anything, I truly mean it. Since he was such a threat to score the ball, at times the defense would rush him to force the ball out of his hands, but James is already anticipating this, so that's why this behind the back pass is seamless, leading to a Kyle Korver 3-ball. If he came off the screen and the defense decided to play back, well, there's a couple ways he can attack this. For the first way, LeBron comes off the screen and angles his drive back to the left, but this is also he can get to that strong shoulder to bulldoze McGee out the way while he soars in for the bucket. And for the second way, if the defense went under the screen allowing for this gap to be present, well, with confidence, LeBron was letting it fly. I mean, seriously, the confidence was on another level, as if you allowed the switch to happen and a big was guarding him, well, he'd plan a one-on-one date with Baines and the dessert is ISO step back cake. There truly wasn't a way you could stop LeBron on the floor during these playoffs, and even if you were to get it out his hands and make him work off ball, well, he doesn't mind getting physical to receive the pass, and once he does, well, it's straight up bully ball get in a weight room. It's no easy job guarding LeBron, as he can use that strength to get you out of position, and before you can recover, he's already catching the ball to go get 2 points inside. But hey, not every time LeBron will use brute force, as once a defender turns their head and allows him to get going, it doesn't matter how hard they try, they'll just be too late. On this play here, Kevin Love is set up ready to go to work, and with Siakam guarding LeBron on the 3, he feels like he can give up ground to go help. So to combat that, instead of staying still on the perimeter, LeBron cuts right behind Siakam, and before you know it, he's laying it in. In a high stakes environment such as the playoffs, you cannot afford to lose track of the best player on the floor, even if it's just for a second, because that's all it takes for him to get downhill to go get a slam.
James drives and finishes.
Not only does this skill take patience, as you have to wait and cut at the exact right time, but it also takes IQ so you can understand how defenders will react to certain movements on the floor. Take this play for an example. LeBron is currently calling for the ball right now as he's off the screen. So this makes OG start to creep up to deny the ball, but the problem with denying high against superb athletes is that now you're vulnerable for a face cut, making your teammates have to shift over for the help, and there's not a pass on the floor the king doesn't see. With his vision being one of the best aspects of his game, LeBron was able to get the ball to his teammates in a multitude of ways, and this trade is what opens up his game and helps his guys get going easily. When catching the ball off the inbound, LeBron looks left to make sure no one is running through to steal it, and then with patience, he waits for Caleb to be free to drop it down to him on the cut. Now this one shows you how it helps his teammates, but watch what happens here. Draymond Green is guarding Tristan Thompson and KD is on LeBron. So with Draymond knowing exactly what's going on, he cheats the play and rotates early. So to flow right into an audible, Thompson sets a screen for LeBron to come off of, and mind you, Green is still in the paint, so LeBron can come right off the screen and nail the jump shot. That entire play opened up because LeBron's ability to make reads within an action. When guys became open, James was putting it right on the money for them to go score. On this attack versus Celtics, LeBron runs into a double but decides to pull it back. Now this leaves Tristan Thompson open, and watch how LeBron gets it there.
Nice feed inside again.
A wrap around the defense with the left hand. If the double instead was still rushing at him and hadn't closed up yet, then he could toss this lob over the top to defeat them. And just when you think you've cut off the angle for him to drive or pass the ball, LeBron gets in position to get this passing angle to Nance on the roll. I'm telling you, there wasn't a pass James couldn't make or a defensive scheme that was tight enough to stop these dimes from going through. This right here is why passing is such a valuable skill set to have mastered, because even when the defense would tighten up the gap off the screen, LeBron could first go up to make them close off that area, which now opens up this gate right below them, and you have entered Slam Town. These small window finds will always be the game changer when it comes to levels of passing because it means you have just the right touch, ability to hit your teammates at the right time on the floor, and the quick reaction timing to even see the play developing. LeBron's ability to process what's going on to then deliver the ball in a split second is ridiculous, as it allows him to adapt quickly to the second defender helping to then send his lob over to Tristan Thompson. Getting downhill and making reads like this was probably one of the most effective ways LeBron crumbled the defense, and you can even listen here to just how important it was for LeBron to get downhill.
LeBron James has got to start attacking again.
And what happens next? A wide open three. If it wasn't him collapsing the defense fully to then drop it off to a teammate or kick it out for a three, well, it would be these times where the defense would shift just enough to open up someone on the floor, and like I previously stated, there's usually not an opening on the floor LeBron doesn't see. Now with him being able to spot these openings so well, it helps him exploit angles to attack, and this is when the game starts to get dangerous. In the 2018 playoffs, LeBron drove the ball 18 times per game, and on 5 shots off these drives, he converted 58% of these. To do this across 22 games in a high stakes environment is ridiculous, especially when defenses are gearing up to scheme against this. You can see here Ibaka starts to rotate over on this attack to cut off the drive, but he gets sliced up with a step through leading to an and one. It was all out tough to pre-rotate and stop LeBron simply because he had another one in the chamber to hit you with as well, and once he has his sights set on the rim, he's gonna convert no matter how tough it is. You can see versus the Celtics, Morris is gonna get in help position early, which now leads to LeBron using a carryover to combat that, and by being 2 steps ahead, he serves this up fake to get Jaylen Brown on that trampoline, and hey, it's a bucket plus one more at the line. That help of the defense really didn't do too much to slow down James, as he could use a move to outbeat them, or he could go back into his passing bag and find his guys all over the floor. This is what made it even more difficult to guard him, because not only are you worried about the drive, but you also don't want to start scrambling on defense when he makes the pass. You can see here the Warriors are all in standard guarding position against their man, and no one is super far over trying to help. So sure, they can take away any passing angles, but now you allow LeBron to pursue the rack with little resistance for a layup. Versus the Pacers, you can see it happen again. As LeBron has this ISO on Turner, everyone is worried about the kick out to their man, so they never fully help, and this one right here is just easy. So the defense can't just stay home and not contest, or else that will be the results every time. But when they did decide to meet LeBron at the rim, well, the results got even more exciting. When pushing down the floor here, LeBron spins off Bogdanovic in the lane, and with Oladipo soaring in for the block, LeBron decides to adjust in the air and go with that left hand instead to spin this off the glass. This is just a start to his incredible finishes, as when you see him take it right at the heart of the defense, double clutch and still get the bucket, it shows you LeBron had a different level of focus at this time. Once he was getting to the rim, he was going through whoever stood in his way, and if a defender tried to beat him to the spot, well, he had something for him to clear him out the way. That strength to LeBron was something that was killing every defense during these playoffs, as no one could match up with him to stop this. When LeBron would push at you, he would angle his drive to the left so he could be able to use that strong shoulder, and once you got hit with that, it was pretty much a fatality. At 6'8", 250 pounds, when you're coming at someone with speed, all it takes is a slight nudge to move him out the way, but with LeBron, he makes sure to move them out. You'll notice defenders start to load up for that shoulder bump, and this right here is when he has that move that can be used as a counter. This spin move was a lethal option for Bron to go to during this time, as he was setting guys up perfectly with the drive to then spin off, and if they got out of place, just go ahead and chalk up 2 points. With him cooking the defense in any way he wanted, James decided to take these spins out a little further and show us a slight remix. On 5 shots a game from the mid-range, LeBron sunk 48% of these looks, so just when guys would think he's driving to the basket, he would go into this spin move only for it to be a half spin, and this will open up the correct amount of room for him to pull up. Defenders will bite constantly on this and be a victim to some beautiful shots, and trust me, some of these were flat out ridiculous.
Hold on, we're speechless.
The shot making during this playoff stretch was something that even the biggest LeBron haters have to give respect to, as LeBron was shooting from all spots on the floor and they weren't necessarily the easiest shots either. Now this isn't me praising bad shot taking and making, as LeBron tried his best to find his teammates when he could, but when his number was called, he was able to deliver. Not only did he deliver offensively, but on the defensive side, he showed up for his team as well. When guys were looking for an angle to pass it, LeBron was tracking them the whole time to run through the lane and steal it to go the other way. And just when guys thought they were going to put some points on the board, LeBron would show them that they had a different destiny. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.